Hi, Antonia. I'm preparing to stream. How are you guys? Tell me, did you rest this weekend? Did you have a good long weekend? Oh, well, I'm happy to hear that. Hi, Antonia. Now I'm hearing myself. I'm preparing to stream. Let me see. Wait. How are you guys? Tell me, did you rest this weekend? Did you have a good long weekend? Pop-up chat. I need to share the YouTube link. Hi, is that Fiorella? The or not? I don't know if I read it correctly. I don't know what it means. Does it have a meaning? Maybe it's the name of a band or something like that. I know many people use band names as nicknames. Today's YouTube. All right. So probably it was originally written with what's the name of the Cyrillic alphabet, right? With the Cyrillic alphabet, probably. All right, I'm opening the class then. Let me see. Okay, it's loading. So I'm going to start. Everyone has the link. I need to admit a couple more people. I'm going to shut off the waiting room so everyone can just come in with no problem. That's better, right? Because sometimes I'm just so focused on teaching the class that I forget to let people in. So that can be a little problematic, right? Something is wrong with Nearpod. Let me see. Let us refresh. So what did you do this weekend to rest? What kind of activities? I'll leave this here. Sleep, says Antonia. Probably most people's favorite activity, no? Not studying, not worrying. I had a minor surgery this weekend. I got my wisdom teeth taken out. Do you know what wisdom teeth are? Yeah, but wisdom teeth are a particular kind of. There you go.
Muelas del
right.
juicio.
La muela del juicio.
Yes. Do you guys have those?
No, todavía no.
Not yet.
A mí me están empezando a aparecer.
They can be a little painful sometimes, and I was lucky enough. I had to rest a couple of days just to get restored. You know, I had to take some painkillers and just rest. But I'm feeling much better. I can speak normally, right? So it wasn't too terrible. I know people that have a very, very bad time when they are when they have their teeth, their wisdom teeth taken out. Have you seen people like suffering from a wisdom tooth?
Sí, a mí mis muelas de juicio todavía no salían y me tuvieron que sacar una porque vienen chuecas. Me
Yeah.
chocaron todos los dientes de adelante y tuvieron que empezar a picar y quedó mal puesta la anestesia y quería morir.
Ah, that sounds awful.
Después parecía ardilla.
People usually say that. They have asked me, like, do you look like a squirrel right now? And for me, it was like, no, not really, because I didn't have any problems, and mine were directly, you know, they had come out. They were very clear. The doctor said it was they were very easy to take out. But anyways, it is a kind of surgery, so it's always a little painful and problematic, right? I'm having some issues with Nearpod, you guys, so you have to. There you go. Oof. I was getting a little nervous. So no one here has gotten their wisdom teeth taken out. I wish you all a good future in regards to wisdom teeth, because I know they are the hardest kinds of. Oh, Camila did. Oh, that's pretty young. You know, wisdom teeth usually take a little longer to come out. Did you have a good surgery, Camila? All right, so that can be a little harder probably. Fernanda said, all right, so you had both taken out. Oh, cool, semi-general. That sounds strong. Well, that's fortunate. You didn't even realize that you were having your teeth taken out. I don't know why this is. I'm going to show you, so maybe with some more stimulus, this is finally going to. It says close, it's not loading. Okay, anyways, I'm going to start recording anyways because it's a little late already. You know, it's always hard to set everything up. I don't know if you guys are looking. What are you seeing? I don't know if you're looking at.
Es como el inicio de Nearpod.
All right, so it didn't work actually. So desktop 1. No. I'm a little confused. El inicio de Nearpod, pero no me aparece nada. No sé por qué Nearpod está tan pesado. Well, if this doesn't work, I still have to record anyways. We have the backup on YouTube. So welcome everyone. Today is October the 13th. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday the 13th. That's supposed to be a little unlucky. So I hope you guys don't get married today. Or what's the other thing they say? You shouldn't get married or go like take a boat or something. Like go into a boat. I don't really know the saying. But you're not supposed to do dangerous stuff today because it's I don't know if you guys are superstitious. Ni te embarques. There you go. So I hope you guys take care. I guess no one is getting married today, right? Okay, so we are live on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, remember that you can use the chat just to communicate with me. I'll be looking at both the Zoom chat and the YouTube chat screen. Let's see why this is not working. I'm trying to load the presentation, the Nearpod presentation, but it's being a little, I hate it when this happens. If not, I'm just going to use our PPT presentation, which is much more boring because I don't have the activities in that one. But in any case, you can use a notebook and then we can discuss the answers. I very much prefer Nearpod because we have interaction, right? Taking longer than usual. Okay, in the meantime, let's just use our PPT presentation. This is very unfortunate. I really don't like when this happens. New share. Okay, so last class, you guys, all right, so we discussed the writing, which I haven't reviewed yet. It should take me a couple of weeks, but it shouldn't be more than 2 weeks. You can ask me about it later, just in case it's taking too long. I apologize for the time that's going to take me, but it's 45 of you guys. I got almost all the papers. However, I think there were like 41. So I guess some people didn't upload it, and some other people had problems uploading it, so they sent it through email. Some people repeated the process, which of course gives me a little trouble. So try to check it on Teams, so my inbox, my mail inbox doesn't look too full. But yeah, I have to pay for it. It's so expensive. And Nearpod is, I don't know, it's functional. It's supposed to work, you know, but yeah, capitalism, right? So nothing to do there. That it's very unfortunate. Okay, so you're looking at the screen, right? The PPT presentation. I'm glad to see that. Yeah, so everyone should, but if everyone gives 2,000 pesos, then we can we can buy it. It is rather expensive, you guys. I'm trying on Nearpod for the last time, and then. All right, so last class, if you guys remember, we reviewed the writing issue, and also we talked about preparations and plans for traveling, right? We discussed what kinds of things we do before a trip, what are the most important things. We discussed doing a to-do list. You guys showed me what kinds of things you usually do before a trip. We reviewed and saw the infinitives, if you guys remember. Infinitives, these constructions using a particle to and the verb, right? And that is called an infinitive. And we use them to provide the reason for an action. For example, I'm going to Puerto Rico, and that's an action enough, right? I'm telling you, I'm going to Puerto Rico. And then maybe you will ask me, why? Well, I'm going to Puerto Rico to see my relatives. So I introduce the reason for the action. And also, we discussed infinitives when we had adjectives. So for example, I have this. Is it easy to find bargains online? Or it's not hard to do, right? So we have an adjective here, and after an adjective, if I want to say an action, if I want to provide an action that has this characteristic, I will also use the infinitive. This is an introduction, but this is actually rather difficult in English because sometimes in some constructions, we will have to decide between an infinitive, that means to plus verb, or a gerund, that means a verb plus ing, right? that can be a little complicated, and I will give you some extra materials if you want to start seeing that, but it's not necessary right now. If you want to study a little extra, I will upload material that speaks about this issue. Quite the difficult thing in English. 1 second, I'm continuing to insist on Nearpod just in case. Okay, so we did this and that. We talked about objects that you could use for like your vacation plans, right? We discussed pronunciation, and that was the last part of our class. We had a little activity here. I'm going to ask you to take a couple of minutes. I had it on Nearpod, but I cannot do the live participation. So I'm going to ask you to write these either on a Word page or on the chat screen or on your notebook, and then you can show me your answers to this activity here. Think of 3 things you need and 3 things you don't need to take on these trips. Complete the chart, and then we will compare with everyone, right? Things you need on a camping trip and things you don't need on a camping trip, on a business trip, or to stay overnight with a friend. Let's see what things you guys can tell me. I'm going to put full screen so you have a full perspective. Let's take 5 minutes and then we will compare, all right? I don't know if you guys can see the full screen right now. Can you guys confirm? Probably no.
No, se ve como más chiquitita, de hecho.
This is weird. Okay, just let me fix it. How about now?
Ahora sí.
Ahora sí.
Cool.
No, o sea, yo como que me llegó la notificación de creo que dije, sí, lo está cancelada. Y me puse a hacer otras cosas, las memorias de la Anita, y casi como a las 12:30, y el Pablo me había escrito a las 12, preguntando si entraba a la Rémico.
All right, I have some answers already. Can you share can the rest of you share? Nearpod worked, by the way. Remember that if you're using YouTube, you can also share using the chat, all right? I'm paying attention to both chat screens, so we shouldn't have a problem. Okay, let's do this. Now I'm lost. It's It's probably Florencia, no?
Fiorella.
Fiorella. I'm so sorry. I was just speaking to a Florencia. All right. You know, the mind is so weird sometimes. Fiorella, I'm so sorry for the confusion. And you changed your name, right?
Yes.
All right. So it's you. Okay, cool. So Fiorella mentioned on a camping trip, I need clothes, food, drinks, a hat. Especially a hat with this heat. Fiorella, would you like to read the rest of your answers?
Yes. Oh, and I need a sunblock also.
Yeah, right? Like a sunblock or sunscreen. Have you guys been on the street lately? Have you been out, Fiorella?
Yesterday I been out for a half an hour.
All right. And did you enjoy the sun? Because the sun has been very strong lately.
No, I went out like salí a las 7.
All right. In the evening then.
Sí.
Right. Okay. So that's a good time when you don't want to get like sunbathed or suntanned. I really love the sun, so I usually just go out like at this time. So, okay. So what else? Continue to tell me.
On a business trip, I need my phone and my computer with their chargers, documents, money, and my makeup.
Sure.
And
just to look very executive, right? To stay overnight?
My pajamas, my personal cleaning stuff, my makeup, my phone and its charger, and earbuds.
Very good. It's great. The only issue here in your answer is that it's, because in that case, we don't need the apostrophe. Because it's with an apostrophe means it is, right?
Sí, profe, fue el autocorrector.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand. But that's fine. The rest is great. And yeah, to stay overnight, personal cleaning stuff, that's perfect. Good. Camila, let's say your answers. Do you have a microphone? Camila Vallejos? If not, I can read it for you. All right, that's all right. Maybe you're having some issues. A portable charger. Oh, okay, fair enough. A lot of noise. So it's better that we don't activate that microphone. A sleeping bag, repellent, and Camila doesn't need makeup, heels, and a laptop. And I remember once I went on a camping trip and I saw some people on the bathroom, and they had these hair straighteners, you know. And I was like, why are you straightening your hair on a camping trip, right? But yeah, some people have weird priorities, in my opinion. Need on a business trip, laptop, paperwork, memorandums. Good. You don't need nail polish, toys, bikinis. That's fine. Good. Christopher, would you like to read yours?
Okay. I need some marshmallows, a lighter. I don't know how to say the mattress.
Inflatable mattress.
Así se escribe, ¿verdad? Es que como que junté las dos palabras nomás.
Yeah, but with double S. With mattress, that's a double S. That's the only orthographic mistake.
Okay. And you don't need a computer, a TV, or a notebook. Nothing.
Right.
Of
nothing
modern.
that you can plug, right? Although I have to admit that sometimes I take my notebook on camping trips. That's only because I love my computer, I guess. Good, Christopher. How about Benjamin? Would you like to read your answers, Benjamin? Maybe Benjamin has a microphone. Do you, Benja? I'm taking the confidence to tell you, Benja. I don't know if they call you like that. I don't think he's. All right, fair enough. Well, that's very unfortunate that you guys cannot have a special place for studying. I think that is one thing that the university is good for, right? Because we could continue having lessons online, but you know, the classroom is a safe place for concentrating. And I know it can be hard for some people to focus when there's a lot of noise. Well, in my case, for example, I teach in my house, and I have to share the space, of course, because it's our home office. Yeah, no respect for students. Yeah, you will have to reclaim the right for concentration, right? So everyone should be very quiet. I don't know. You guys can maybe some people have no problems focusing with music or with noise, right? In my case, it's very hard. That's why I love a good library, just to focus and be silent with, earphones and enjoying some music. Christopher continues. Business trip, folder with documents, formal clothes, some money. You don't need a balloon, a wig at all. Yeah, those sound like very random things. Christopher. Like a wig, a doll, a dog.
Yo estaba pensando como en lo contrario, me imagino un circo, así que como que
That's right.
No sé.
That works. All right, you guys. So you see that in this case, as Christopher was just mentioning, you could put anything. There are some things that are more common to certain environments. For a camping trip, people repeat it. An insect like repellent. I don't know who mentioned. Camila also mentioned repellent, and Benja. A lighter. food, campfire set, Benjamin, sleeping bags, portable charger, clothes, said Fiorella. And with business trip, we have the same things like formal clothes. Which other one was it? Like paperwork, computers, laptops, etc. And to stay overnight with a friend, I only had Fiorella's answer: pajamas, personal stuff, just to clean, I guess, your toothbrush, right? Or I don't know. Some people wear some lotions at night. I don't know if you guys are that kind of person, but you know, they use right now there are some things that are very fashionable. They are like Korean lotions, you know. They work for your wrinkles. I guess you guys don't have any wrinkles. Just for the tenderness of your skin. Well, everyone has a particular set of objects. Some people just take deodorant and that's enough, right? But your toothbrush should be a very important one, right? Good. So we have a lot of vocabulary in this part. Okay, so we will read this short dialogue here. Does anyone want to help me read and be mom? And I will be Jenny. Any volunteers to be mom, basically?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Jenny, maybe you should take some insect repellent. Oh,
Repellent,
and take a
sorry, Noelia.
Repellent?
There you
Yeah.
go. Better.
¿Puedo empezar de nuevo?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
No, no
Continue.
se preocupe, si está bien.
Go ahead.
Jenny, maybe you should take some insect repellent. Así,
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and take a flashlight. And don't forget to pack some spare batteries. Why don't you take my jacket? It's a good idea to have something warm. Now you need to take a hat. You could borrow your dad's, but don't lose it. Oh, and Jenny, do you want to pack some other shoes?
I'm sorry, Mom. Did you say something? I can't hear you with my headphones on. Thank you, Noelia. That was great. So this is something that is not very uncommon, right? Moms and sometimes dads also giving instructions. I know, at least I have that issue in a very detailed way, right? Moms, especially moms, have a talent to see what people will need in the future, right? They have a way of looking at the future, and then maybe sometimes you don't pay attention to them, and then you're like, oh, I should have taken that. So you see, some of the things that you guys mentioned are present in this dialogue. Flashlight, spare batteries, something to like clothes, right? A jacket, a hat, some shoes, right? But look at the way Mom is saying this. You should take some insect repellent. Why don't you take my jacket? It's like a negative proposal. Why don't you take my jacket? It's just a way of saying that, right? It's a good idea to have something warm. You need to take a hat. You could borrow your dad's. You see that we are using many modal expressions here. So what do we do when we want to give advice and suggestions? Yeah. Some modal verbs or some semi-modal verbs are useful. What should I take? Should I take these shoes? You should take a hat. You shouldn't take high heels. You could borrow your dad's hat. You need to have warm clothes. You see that we are, yes, Carolina, advice es consejo. And this is something curious about the word advice. Advice, first of all, is uncountable. So you cannot say one advice or two advice. That doesn't exist in English. We just speak about advice in general. If you want to count it, you have to say a piece of advice, or two pieces of advice, or three pieces of advice. it can be a little confusing for us in Spanish, because in Spanish we say un consejo, te doy dos consejos, tres consejos, and I can count it. In English, I cannot count advice. It's something in general. And when we write it like this, it's the verb. So I advise you to stop. You see? With C is the noun, uncountable noun. And with an S is the verb. You see? Curious. Don't ask me why. It's just a
En
way.
español estamos como obligados a contar porque como que siempre decimos te voy a dar un consejo. Como que uno puede decir te voy a dar consejo, pero suena medio...
Pero igual yo puedo decir, ¿puedo pedir tu consejo?
También, pero como que solemos contarlos como la mayoría del tiempo.
Yeah,
Como
you're
al
right.
contrario.
O unos consejos. Sí, o decir un consejo. En realidad ahí es donde yo veo que es más...
Y profe,
Ujú.
en inglés sería I'm going to give you an advice.
No, eso no lo puedo decir porque si yo digo an advice es como que estoy diciendo un consejo, como si lo pudiera contar. Si yo digo uno, quiere decir que lo puedo contar y decir 1, 2, 3, 4, ¿verdad? Entonces nunca voy a decir an advice, sino que can I give you some advice, for example. You see?
Right.
Right? Or can I get your advice? Ahí sin modificador anterior, como algo en general. Pero es una buena pregunta cómo lo hiciste, porque en el fondo es excluyente, ¿sí? Yo no puedo decir an advice. Eso sí que no funciona. Entonces, en general uno lo piensa así. Eso es lo que generalmente se ve. Así que es una buena forma de recordarlo también, ¿sí? Okay, great issues here. In Spanish, we do quantify advice, says Catalina. For example, Cata lo puso en español, ¿verdad? Sí cuantificamos los consejos. Y efectivamente ahí se ve una cuantificación cuando yo digo los consejos. En inglés, cuando yo traduje lo que dijo Cata, dije, in Spanish, we do quantify advice, ¿verdad? Porque yo no puedo decir los consejos en inglés. No existe esa expresión, ¿sí? Ahí simplemente dije consejo en general. Okay, so we have modal expressions to provide advice and suggestions. And we have some other ways of giving advice or suggestions, like, do you want to pack some other shoes? It is just a suggestion, right? Why don't you take a hat? It's a good idea to pack a jacket. Take a flashlight. Don't forget to pack some batteries. So we use different ways to give suggestions, like in Spanish, our grandma, it's actually my girlfriend's grandma, she's always telling us off because we offer, I don't know, drinks, like in a negative statement, and we say, no quieres té? Have you heard that in Spanish? We usually offer things like that. No quiere un tecito? No quiere un pedacito de pan? And it's funny, right? Because we are saying the opposite. Like, why don't we say quiere un té? Quiere? No, we say the opposite. No quiere algo? And for some people, that's a little unpolite. I find it funny. And Camila, yeah, we do quantify everything in Spanish. I agree. So let's see. We are going to provide some advice, giving some suggestions. We have some expressions, some long expressions, and some modal expressions. So let's see. First of all, we're going to consider backpacking in Australia. And maybe some of you have an idea of what that means, backpacking in Australia. So you can give me some suggestions, or a language course in Canada, a trip to Paris, a hiking trip. That sounded like a bomb. I'm sorry, I got a little scared. A hiking trip in the Andes. So let's get some advice, okay? So you have the code here, 8FDQ2.
Profe, yo estaba intentando entrar y no me cargaba.
It doesn't load? Let's see if try again. Maybe it, today Nearpod is having a very weird day. It didn't work for me either until it did. So give it another try. If not, Antonia, you can write it on the chat screen and I will share it with everyone anyways, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see, suggestions for backpacking in Australia. Please build full sentences, okay? Oraciones completas. Give me a suggestion, a full suggestion for my backpacking trip in Australia. Okay, I have 6 people. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, Nearpod is having a weird day.
Quizás se cayó porque me salió lo mismo arribita que le salió a usted hace rato.
Sí, sale eso.
Un mensaje como en celeste.
Carga. Sí.
But how about the guys that are already connected? Can you share one answer just to see if it works? Bárbara o Laura o Franco. Bárbara tampoco, Bárbara Muñoz. Yeah, it's probably down. Oh, I hate this. All right, but anyways, give me some suggestions using the chat screen. That's enough. Good enough. I'm going to load it again, all right? Give me suggestions for my backpacking trip to Australia. I'm going to Australia to backpack. Do you guys know what backpacking means? I didn't check that. How do we translate?
No?
Backpacking.
¿Cómo mochilear?
Mochilear. There you go. Mochilear. Pia, it's not working for anyone, I think. I'm going to reload Nearpod. Let's see if it works. No, that's too bad, Camila. Anyways, share it using the chat screen. That's fine. Oh. Some self-defense tools like that pepper thingy. You mean like pepper spray, right? Yeah, unfortunately, Camila is right. Women usually have to worry about their self-defense in foreign countries. It is very unfortunate, but we seldom have a feeling of security, right? It is rather safe, but you never know, right? I would take some pepper spray anyways, especially if you're backpacking, because if you go to a normal kind of, I didn't want to say normal, maybe fancier kind of trip, you know, with hotels or hostels or whatever it is, maybe you won't have to worry about those kinds of things. Christopher mentions, oh, Serial killers. Oh, I didn't know that. You should pack a long sleeve t-shirt to cover up from the sun and, of course, swimwear. Cool. And that's actually very good advice, Christopher, because a long sleeve t-shirt is fundamental. The sun in Australia is awful. It's very, very strong. And it can, a lot of people in Australia have skin cancer or get skin cancer because they don't take good care of their skin.
Además, creo que está como el hoyo de la capa de ozono arriba, justo, creo.
But I think here in Chile too, no?
Parece, y creo que por eso en Australia como que la gente sufre mucho de cáncer de piel, por lo mismo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. And it's a good advice to tell someone who's traveling to Australia, but also to someone here, because we have the ozone layer issue, right? I don't know. Kata doesn't like backpacking, so she doesn't know what to recommend. That's fine. Maybe you can recommend, Kata, like you shouldn't go backpacking. that can be an advice. I don't know why, Fiorella, you mentioned rabia because of the sun or because of a pepper spray issue?
Because of the sun.
Yes.
And the big spiders that Noelia mentioned.
Right, indeed. Spiders. They can be very, very scary. Many insects in Australia. And Copiapó is the ozone layer hole? I didn't know that. I thought it was in the south of Chile. Yeah, the sun can be
con todos los insectos, profe, yo no puedo vivir en un país con insectos.
And how about here? We do have insects here. We have that very scary spider.
Pero profe, no tenemos así como mosquitos, así como Zika, dengue o arañas grandes, ¿no?
Yeah, you're right. I agree. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I'm just trying to compare an incomparable situation, right? Insects in Australia can be scary, but they are not as bad as, I mean, I have some scary stories about insects in Australia, but I survived. You see me here. I didn't have anything. You know, the thing I suffered the most in Australia was the what was it? It was like a red ant. A red ant bit me. Was it a red ant? It's probably just a normal ant, but it was huge, and it bit me on one of my toes, and I was very exaggerated, I guess. I thought something worse, like a spider, had bit me, and no, nothing happened. I just got scared. But I didn't get bit by a spider or anything like that. And Pia and who else mentioned? Cata Osorio mentioned sunblock and insect repellent. Indeed, for mosquitoes mostly. Crabs, you mean? Yeah, but those are easy to evade, right? Person eating, a man eating wasp. I don't know if that's a real thing. Sharks can be complicated in Australia. The ecosystem is alike probably in New Zealand, I guess. Yeah, they have I think New Zealand has more wallabies than what's the name of these other thingies? Kangaroos. But yeah. Oh, kangaroo. That's the pronunciation. Yeah, they are not together, but they do have similar fauna, right? They have similar animals. I don't know if they have koalas though. You want to see me with a koala? Do we have the picture anywhere near here?
Right behind you.
Right behind me? Where? I cannot see it. No está. Oh,
I don't know.
So my students are going to think I'm lying.
You're a liar.
I had a picture right here. Well, anyways. I didn't hold the koala, but it was pretty near, and it smelled delicious. Is the lightest? Quizzes. Oh, cool! Thank you, Carolina. I'm totally going to check it out. That sounds like a good recommendation. This is not working, right? Okay, so how about, okay, I'm going to log in. It seems to be back, I guess. They were doing some maintenance. A backpacking trip. All right. How about a study course or a study trip to Canada? What kinds of things would you suggest to a person going to a study trip in Canada? Take a couple of minutes to tell me. A study course in Canada. Las gatitas no la habrán tirado, ¿verdad? Maybe some of you have actually thought about going to a place like Canada to study English, or maybe to study even a career. I know some people think about those courses, and they have pretty good courses in Canada for learning English. Having all their documents ready and checked. I heard they are kind of strict when it comes to entering the country. Well, that's very wise advice, Camila. Especially in Canada and the United States, police can be very, very strict. You're absolutely right. What else? What else would you suggest to someone? One second. I'm looking at the chat screen so I can read your answers. You need at least a notebook and some pens. Yes, and you should pack some winter clothes for the cold. That's right. Canada can be not very pleasant in that sense, right? It's a very, very cold country, especially if you go to in the winter. Antonia said you should take a backpack and some notebooks so you're ready for your classes. Great. Noelia mentions money. It's the best country to live, but it's a little bit expensive. And people say that, right? But they have a very good quality of living. If you get sick in Canada, for example, you will have free health care. And you will not have to pay, I don't know, thousands of dollars just to be restored of your health. So that's a good thing, right? Okay, good. How about a trip to Paris? What would you advise someone going to Paris? Maybe you can give some advice about what kinds of things people can do, or like in the place, or about some preparations before the trip. comfortable shoes if you want to walk a lot. Very good. Yeah, that's absolutely right. If you're going to Paris, you're probably going to walk a lot. You want to see the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and the Arch of the Triumph and Avenue the Champs-Élysées. Many places to visit. What else? Just a couple more answers. Don't forget to see the Eiffel Tower because it's beautiful, especially at night, says Laura. Don't forget to visit the Louvre if you're interested in art. Good. Very big museum, huge museum, right? They should check out a tourist guide so you can plan your day and sightsee properly. Right. Good, Camila. The only thing I would advise you is to use either they or you. So in that case, it should be they should check out a tourist guide so they can play their day. They can plan their day and sightsee properly, or you. But if you have one, then you should continue using the same. And a tourist guide, very important. Although, you know, these double-deck buses, have you seen them? I think we have some in Chile, and they are probably from a similar, they are called like touristic, you know, the touristic buses. In big cities like Paris, you can ride one of these buses and then see everything, that touristic things, right? All right, fair enough. How about number 4? A hiking trip in the Andes. What kinds of suggestions would you give a person doing something like that? You can use this cues. Maybe some of you have already done this, a hiking trip in the Andes, but not necessarily like, ooh, on top of the Andes or something like that. I guess if you go to some places even in Santiago, you can get near to the Andes. You should wear a good pair of shoes, very important. Wrap yourself up in a lot of cozy clothes. Good if you're going to the cold places, right? Because walking can be I mean, it's probably not a good idea to wear many clothes while walking. Maybe you shouldn't pack so much stuff. And Kata, you gave me a good cue. Stuff is uncountable. So you cannot say one stuff, two stuffs. That doesn't exist. We just speak about stuff in general. Same with advice, right? You guys remember? Esas son algunas cositas medias pesadas del inglés, ¿no? Que nunca sabemos si las cosas son contables o incontables. They are not the same as in Spanish. As Camila mentioned before, we always quantify everything, and everything is countable in Spanish, so we usually don't have problems with that. Fiorella says, water, drinks, food, boots, shoes, especially made for walking, like walking shoes, probably some hiking shoes, you know? That's absolutely right. So you should take the things that Fiorella just mentioned. You should probably use sunglasses. In this case, Christopher, we want to say wear sunglasses, right? When we put things on our body, like my glasses, I'm wearing glasses, I'm not using them, right? And remember to take pictures of the landscape. Very important, because then you have to prove it to everyone that you actually went in the Andes. Great. Sunblock, very important too. sunblock also. Good. All right, you guys. Call your parents and tell them where you will go so you don't get stuck for 127 hours and have to lose an arm. That's a very specific kind of advice, Carolina. And you're absolutely correct. Did you guys watch that movie? It's awful. I mean, I like it. It's a very good movie. What it's called 127 Hours, no? The actor's name is what's the actor's name? Maybe you guys can help me with that. It's this guy, Pineapple Express, and I forgot the name. If you haven't watched it, it's a good recommendation. Carolina, it's indirectly recommending it. 127 hours. A guy goes hiking and has an awful accident that you never want to have while hiking. And maybe some other piece of advice that we can take from what Carolina is also saying, it's based in real life, that's absolutely right, that if you're hiking somewhere unknown or dangerous, then you should probably not go on your own, right? You should go with someone, because you don't want to be alone in a place like that with no cell phone, with no communication with your loved ones. I don't know. It's awful. If you haven't watched it, it's a good movie. All right, fair enough. Nearpod is definitely not working. So this is very bad for me because I had all these programmed as activities. But anyway, sometimes we have bad days. These kinds of things happen. All right, so do I have 2 volunteers to be Chris and Adam? Anyone? Chris and Adam, Chris, maybe you can be Chris.
Okay.
Fair enough. Do I have an Adam?
Yeah,
Who's going to be Adam? Who said I? Was it Loreto? No, Noelia.
Yeah, sí, la Noelia.
All right, fair enough. Noelia, you're Adam.
¿Empiezo?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
You know, we should take a few days off sometime.
Yeah, we should, definitely.
We could go to Mexico or something.
That's a great idea.
We could even go to a couple of weeks.
Well, maybe, I guess we could, but...
You know, we could just quit our jobs and maybe go backpacking for a few months.
Well, I don't know. I'd like to, but I guess I need to keep this job, you know, to pay for school and stuff.
Yeah, me too, I guess.
All right, fair enough. So Chris, in this case, is desperate to quit his job, right? He said, he starts small. He says, we should take a few days off sometime. What does taking a few days off mean? What does that mean? Tomarse unos días libres, ¿sí? Take some days off. And then he goes, we could go to Mexico or something. All right, a little bigger. Oh, that's good. We could even go for a couple of weeks. All right, so that's all a long time. Like, yeah, well, maybe, I guess we could. Just 1 second, you guys. Perry. La Panky. La Panky. All right, sorry about that. So people are yelling outside. Okay, so they said a couple of weeks, bigger, right? Well, and then he gets a little crazy. We could just quit our jobs and maybe go backpacking for a few months. So he turned from a couple of weeks and now it's months. And then Adam is a little nervous, right? He's saying, well, I don't know. I liked, but I guess I need to keep this job, right? So he feels a little more insecure, and Chris is desperate just to get out of work, right? So you see how Adam responds to Chris' suggestions? Stuff like, that's a great idea. That sounds great. Or I'd love to. When Adam likes Chris' suggestions, right? When he's on board, he says, yeah, sure, that sounds like a great idea, or that sounds great. I'd love to go. But when Adam doesn't really like Chris' suggestions, then he doesn't just say, oh, you have a very bad idea. No, we use indirect ways of saying no, right? Like, maybe. This is something very human. We never say like no. We use different formulas. So maybe, I guess we could, but or I don't know. I'd like to, but I'm not sure, right? So this is part of pragmatics, everyone. When people ask you about polite ways of saying things, they probably refer to indirect ways like these, right? We are not directly saying no. We just say no in a different way. And to answer, we can also say, I guess, when we are not very sure about something, or if we don't want to sound 100% sure. Like, I guess I need to keep this job. It's not certain. It's not 100%. And then, well, Chris says, yeah, me too, I guess. Yeah, it's not certain. I don't want to sound certain. How do we say this in Chilean Spanish? I guess.
Supongo. Yo creo.
Supongo, yo creo. And a more Chilean formula. Who can give me a more Chilean formula?
Yo cacho.
Yo cacho. Yes, indeed. With the verb cachar. No, yo cacho que tengo que quedarme con este trabajo, ¿no? Sí, yo cacho. ¿Sí? So we have this very special Chilean verb. I don't know if you guys realized it. It's a beautiful verb. Yes.
Otro podría ser en volá, porque, o sea, no sé, igual se ocupa esa expresión como en volá necesito este trabajo, sí, en volá sí.
En volá también es una buena fórmula, así como sí, en volá. Although I cannot use en volá en este contexto, ¿verdad? Así como en volá tengo que mantener este trabajo, pero sí es como para aceptar. A ver, el en volá es especial, ¿ah? Por ejemplo,
Igual
¿cuándo ocupamos
podría
en volá?
Es como
En
algo
volá
que
me
yo diría.
quedo.
Igual me quedo
Sí,
con la P.
pero así, decir en volá me quedo, que en volá suena como una idea un poco más disparatada, ¿sí? Como, oye, en volá me voy de vacaciones este fin de semana, ¿sí? Entonces tiene un cariz un poco más positivo para algo hipotético, ¿sí? No necesariamente esto que es como, puede ser simplemente en volá. Sí, da para un análisis. Da para un análisis el en volá, es una gran expresión. Podríamos después echarle una miradita al diccionario de chilenismos, en volá. Y han visto también que hay una variable de sector que quiero decir, o no. A ver, ¿qué opinan ustedes? ¿Hay una diferencia entre las personas que dicen en volá o en volá? ¿En volá? ¿O cuál era la otra que me decían a mí, que me molestaban antes? De repente no, Ay, ¿era en volá? Porque uno dice como así, dice con en volá. Ven que cuando uno tendría que decir, miren la forma que lo pronuncio, en volá, pero en general uno dice en volá, en volá. ¿Se han dado cuenta, no? Or not?
Yo siempre lo he escuchado que lo dicen émbola.
¿En volá? Sí, no, parece que es como transversal el en volá. Entonces, ¿cuál era el que me decían en verdad? Ese era el que me molestaban antes, que uno decía así como en verdad. Oye, ¿en verdad? ¿En verdad? En verdad. Yeah, but you know, pronunciation can be individual. That's a strong possibility, but it's also social, right? Pronunciation depends on where you live, what is your socio-economic context, what kinds of cultural context you have too. If you live with foreigners, or you live in a small family, if you have varieties of Spanish around you, it depends, right? It's not only individual. So we can analyze it in cultural terms, right? Jugar play. ¿Qué cosa suena mal? Jugar play.
Sí, es como tan redundante y mal sonado.
Nunca lo había asociado de esa manera. Yo siempre jugar PlayStation, ¿o no? Play. Qué buena. I'm going to upload a meme to our fun only section. I would love to see some more memes. I'm the only one who has uploaded a meme. So please upload some memes just so we can share. Because these are very important for your linguistic education, you know? You need to be seeing linguistic related memes. Hoy día también, me encanta. Es que estaba viendo el otro día uno que decía, que voy a buscarlo para subírselo, que decía un gringo feliz como terminando su curso de español. Y después así como un latino le decía así como, tu cara me suena. Y salía como el gringo así como salía un león que está como taxidermizado y que se ve horrible, no sé si lo han visto. Ese león, sí, tú lo conoces, famoso león, ¿verdad? Entonces aparecía como, tu cara me suena, como que el pobre gringo con el cerebro explotado de información, ¿no? So I'm looking forward to the memes that you can share. Hopefully, linguistic related memes, right? Let's see if Nearpod is working. If not, we're going to continue using our PPT presentations so we can continue to the next unit, you guys. Exciting. And next class, if we finish this unit, we will start talking about the group presentation that you will have to give on it's October the 28th, if I'm not wrong, but I'm not sure. But soon, right? 27th, there you go. No, Nearpod is dead, is it? All right, let's just use PowerPoint then. I don't like when technology fails, you know? Makes me angry. Yeah. You have to be zen for these kinds of things too. We'll manage. Okay, so for unit 2.3, the topics is everything about your homes. Yeah, so we will speak about objects and who they belong to. So for example, the expression whose something is this, and ways of answering that question. When we say, oh, it's mine, or it's yours, it's hers, his. This is very unfortunate because I had everything programmed in this website. So bad. All right, we can talk about our homes, our belongings, and our habits related to homes. And also we will discuss expressions to ask for permission and making requests and agreeing in different ways. Let me just see something, because no, let's start in normal order. 1 second. At home. Okay, so I want to ask you, and you can share on the chat screen, what kinds of things, like right now, okay? So you cannot modify the objects in these different places, because I know sometimes when, for example, someone visits, you put things in a different order to what's natural, right? So for example, on your desk or on your bed table, if you're in your room right now, what kinds of things do you have on your desk or on your bed table? Do you know what I mean when I say a bed table?
Velador.
Un velador. There you go. So what kinds of things do you have there? Try to use full sentences using this expression. You can lie, of course. I will not know. Jose has his computer. Good. What else? Pia, if you're still on YouTube, remember to use the chat screen to share your answers. A bottle of water. Have you seen that meme also? The bottle of water? That's a new one. El despelote on my desk. That's a funny one, Constanza. You have a mess. You have a big mess. Hand cream, good. A candle on my bed table, Fernanda, because it's on. That's the surface, so we need that a preposition. Camila has a glass of water, creams, eye drops, and perfume on her bed table. Natalia says, my desk is full of clothes, which is funny because I don't know why some furniture is usually used in such a random way, right? I usually use my mother-in-law had that. She had a bike, a static bike, and it was basically a clothes hanger, right? So Natalia is using her desk as a closet. Not uncommon at all. On my bed table, says Fernanda, I have a lamp. Very important for light night reading, right? On my desk, I have a notebooks, pencils, and my computer. So optimal things. We were speaking about things, Noelia, that are on these different places. So we're speaking about on your desk, on your bed table, but you're not supposed to change the things, right? Barbara has some a computer and some notebooks and a little mirror on her desk. Catalina has a book, her phone, and a lamp on her bed table. On my desk, I have pencils, books, and my computer. On the other hand, in that case, Catalina, because we speak about hands, so it's on. Remember, the preposition on is for surface. On the other hand, under my bed, there are mice from my cat. Oh, that's cute. You know those fake small mice? My cats have plenty, and they're always lost. Yeah, it's probably a mom thing, right? Probably. Well, it's not necessarily a mom thing. If I had one, I'd probably use it the same way. Catalina has a chair full of clothes that in the night turns into a person. Well, gladly, it's not a monster, right? And I have a couple of cases with markers inside and one of my notebook when I usually draw. And Pia says, on my bed table, there is, in this case, a photo, a lamp, and a cup. In that case, I don't know who the other person is. I have Pia and I have a Chinese symbol in my desk. It's supposed to be on my desk, ¿ya? Ocupamos la preposición on para las cosas cuando están encima de algo, ¿sí? En la superficie de algo. I have a lamp and a face cream on my bed table. Good. On my bed table, I have 3 candles, a notebook, my phone, I guess, and a picture of my spiritual guide. Is that a person or is it something like a spiritual animal or spirit animal, Noelia? A person. All right, that's interesting. Antonia says, on my desk, I have a computer, a lamp, my pencil case, and some notebooks. Camila says, on my bed table, I have a box with the toys of my, how do you call that? What's the name? Goddaughter in that case. Goddaughter. Yan, that's fine. Goddaughter, you know The Godfather? It's a movie too. It's El Padrino. So in this case, you want to say your goddaughter. I was cleaning my room and I found her stuff. Remember, Camila, stuff, always singular, ¿sí? Cosas, pero nos referimos a objetos en general. Stuff is always singular because it's uncountable. You cannot count stuff. Good. Pretty good. I have a big mess, but I have my computer, my screen, my bullet journal, and some books. How about under the bed? And some people already mentioned, for example, Catalina mentioned that under her bed, there are some mice. What other things can you find under the bed? Maybe you will check and you will see some things that you haven't seen in ages, right? Things usually do that. They disappear under the bed. Socks. Indeed, Fernanda. I always, every time I look under my bed, there are socks there. Christopher has the same experience. I always have socks under my bed, says Christopher. Does anyone not have socks under their bed? I would be amazed. Maybe someone is very clean about their the underneath. Who knows? Shoes, says Natalia. If you have enough space, right? I don't think I could fit some shoes. But you know what? Sometimes I lose, and they are usually under the bed, and they are related to shoes. What are the names of shoes that you use with your pajamas? What are the name of these kinds of shoes that you use usually with pupitas? I've never heard that name. Slippers. Very good. I always find my slippers, my lost slippers, under the bed. Good. Camila has her guías PSU. So maybe they're remembrance of the past, right? You don't have to study for PSU anymore. But yeah, you know, under the bed, sometimes people put everything that they want to leave in a kind of storage, right? They want to store these items. They want to save them for later. And a good place to save things is just underneath the bed. I'm going to see if I can load this awful website. Carolina has nothing under her bed. So probably a very clean, tidy person, right? Catalina also has slippers and a piece of charcoal for bad vibes. Oh, is that kind of superstition? Catalina, I've never heard of it. A piece of charcoal.
Sí, de hecho, mi mamá es la que le dijeron que pusiera un pedacito de carbón de espino debajo de la cama, debajo de la cabecera, para ser precisa, pero en el piso, para ahuyentar las malas vibras y los malos espíritus.
That's very, very interesting indeed. I've never heard about something like that. Noelia agrees with you. And Camila keeps them for the asado. So you later burn them, those charcoals, or did you just leave them there? Are they changed sometimes? Oh no, like, yeah. I thought the charcoals. Oh, you shouldn't. There are some people that might use them. De la cama no tiene que estar del lado de la cordillera. You know, there's always this feng shui, I don't know how they call it, like feng shui in English. Or you can put a glass of water with sea salt over a plate. And oh, you guys are pretty fluent in these kinds of magical stuff, right? In front of mirrors. You shouldn't put a bed in front of your mirror. Constanza is going to have some issues. No. You're not going to have some issues. But you can change the disposition of your bed, and it will also help your mood, right? Just changing around things. El cabezal no puede estar apuntando a la ventana. No, that's right. People usually say that. I didn't know that. Portals. Mirrors are portals. My mirror is pretty nearby. Ooh, I never do any of that. I usually just drink the water. Is that bad? Lanita roja, portals. You guys are superstitious. You know, there's a unit, I don't know if this year or next year, but it's all about superstitions. And I really like that unit because it's very fun. I mean, it's a very fun conversation because everyone, like you guys, are sharing right now some advice about some magical things that you can do. But it's quite an interesting topic because they change depending on the families, but we have some common ones and we have some kind of knowledge, a shared knowledge. La tele, ooh. Candles are dangerous, that's right. Angela, I think, is doing everything wrong. She's pointing to the window and she has a mirror just in front of it. Amulets. For Christopher and for Christopher's mom, God is enough, right? A mirror in front of the door. Ooh. Jose is not superstitious at all, he said, but he respects people's beliefs. Catalina is not superstitious, but she just protects herself. All right, she has an issue with spirits and creating portals. And una ruda. Oh, that's actually a very interesting thing. I think I'm pretty rational for most things, but I do practice some superstitions, you know. But it's mostly because of family issues, like traditions, you know. For example, when I drop some salt, I usually just throw just a couple of grains of salt to the back. So I don't know. It's a little contradictory. Lavanda. Yeah, but that's actually chemical, right, Kata? Because lavanda can be very relaxing. I have a lavender oil, and you put it on your hands and then you do like this and it really, really soothes you, right? I'm using the verb soothe. Soothe. So I said lavender soothes you. Yeah, it's great. Lavender is great. All right, how about in the closet? Do you have very messy closets? Do you save or keep anything else that's not clothes? I know most people will just have clothes. But for some people, a closet can also be a storage unit, right? Or storage in general. What does storage mean? Yeah, it can mean almacén. Any other synonyms?
Como bodega.
Bodega, good. Are there any others? I was thinking about that word, bodega. Camila only keeps clothes. Yes, a place to save stuff. Do we have very tidy people here? Not, for example, games or toys. What else? Costumes. The things aren't under my bed aren't all right. Things that aren't under your bed are in your closet. All right, like socks or slippers. Who knows? Anything else? Well, yeah, people just say, right? Closets are for your clothes only. Or they should be only for your clothes. Camila saves money in her closet sometimes. All right, so well, if you ever go to Camila's house, you know where she keeps the money. Oh, do you sometimes put money on your clothes? I love that. When you're, I don't know, you're wearing a jacket and you haven't worn it for a while, and then you find, I don't know, 5 lucas or something. It makes me very happy. Christopher used to have a scooter in his closet. Maybe you didn't use it, right? The things that I have on my desk should be in my closet, says Natalia. That's absolutely right, because you mentioned that all your clothes are on your desk. Good, very good use of prepositions there, Natalia. On my desk, in my closets. You see the difference in prepositions. So we have the preposition on for surface. We have the preposition under. And we have the preposition in, inside, right? Inside the closet or in the closet. So this is all about knowing what preposition you have to use. Okay, let's see. Spring cleaning is the name of this short dialogue. Can you guess what spring cleaning means? Why is that a concept? Spring cleaning. I haven't done my spring cleaning, actually. Do you know what it means?
Es como el cambio de ropa de invierno como para lo caluroso.
Ajá, there you go. Arqueo. ¿Arqueo se llama eso? I've never heard that expression, Cata.
Acá le decimos arqueo de ropa cuando revisamos la ropa para cambiarla.
Arqueo. ¿Y por qué dices aquí? ¿Dónde es aquí?
No sé.
¿En Santiago? ¿O en tu casa? ¿En tu casa?
Sí, en mi casa.
All right, yeah, because verbs can sometimes change depending on the area, right? Depending if you're speaking from the north of Chile or the south of Chile or in the capital, verbs can change, right? Arqueo, I hadn't heard that expression before. But yeah, you're referring to the correct concept. When we change the clothes in our closet and we save some for storage, right? Especially these days, which are warmer, right? And you start seeing the heaps of sweaters that you have, and you say like, oh, I should take my summer clothes out, especially shorts or skirts or t-shirts. Camila says that she wish she had, right, like you have to change it. Yeah, but sometimes they're just accumulating clothes. I don't know if anyone, like, it's not the best to have so much clothes because because so many clothes, sorry. It can be a bother to be changing. Like, I have such old clothes that I'm just putting back and then forth, put back and forth. And it's, I don't know, it's a nuisance sometimes. Do you guys do that? Do you guys practice spring cleaning? Maybe your parents are telling you to do it. every season. Camila doesn't. Antonia does. Did you do it already, Antonia, or not yet? Are you waiting for the climate to get warmer?
No, we did it in the weekend.
Oh, really? Well, that's smart. I haven't done it yet, and I still have all my winter clothes. Camila also did it yesterday. And Natalia, did you do it too? Already or not yet? Because this time of the year is very complicated in terms of clothes, because you probably have the same issue. Well, we're still under the pandemic, so we don't go out as much, but when you go somewhere and you don't know if you have to take a sweater or not, because it's extremely hot outside, so you will not be wearing the sweater, but you don't want to take it either because it's also a nuisance. You have to take it on a bag or something, or you will be worried about your sweater. You don't want to be carrying it. It's not the most comfortable situation, right? Okay, hot during the day and kind of cool or kind of cold by night. Exactly. When the sun goes down, I immediately start feeling cold, and I don't really like that. But I do appreciate the warmth. Chaleco las cuatro. Well, yeah, right. In my case, I don't know if in the summer, but for the spring, a sweater is also important, right? All right, do I have any volunteers to play John and Sandra in this dialogue here? All right, Noel's from Coyhaique, so she's probably cold all the time. Well, when you come here, Noelia, when we go back to the university, then you will experience the comfort of Santiago's heat in the summer, right? Like, I don't know, riding the metro 4 in the afternoon. How about that? It's the worst. All right, who volunteers, please?
Me?
Catalina? No, who was it?
Antonia.
Antonia, all right. Who else? Who else volunteers?
Yo,
Who is yo?
La Noel.
Okay, but Noe, you have participated a lot today, and I really appreciate your willingness, but I do want some more people to participate, because you know they usually get very comfortable when there's someone who
Yeah, yo,
all right, awesome. I didn't see who it was. Carolina?
Gracias.
All right, awesome. All right, so Antonia is going to be John, and Caro is going to be Sandra.
Yeah. There is so much stuff in here. Are all these things really yours? I mean, whose bathing suit is this? Is it yours or your grandmother's?
Hey, it's mine, and I like it.
And whose clothes are these?
Oh, they're my sister's. She's storing some things here while she's away. They usually hers too. Oh, look at this awful earring. She has such weird taste.
But those are yours. I bought them for
Antonia?
you.
It got paused a little bit. Can you repeat this, Antonia?
But those are yours. I bought them for you.
Right.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I guess they're not so bad.
All right, very awkward situation there. Let's review some pronunciation issues. These. Antonia, can you repeat this for me? These.
These?
That's better. And then we have Carolina.
Hmm?
You see there's so many S's here, like she's storing.
She's storing?
There you go. We will just make them together. She's storing. Good. And this word can be a little hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jewelry.
¿Cómo?
Jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yeah, let's find it so we can see it on the, it's a hard one.
Es muy rara esa palabra.
I know. And it depends on the dialect too, of course. Let me show it to you on Cambridge Dictionary so you can see it. Because remember that phonetic transcriptions can be very useful when you don't know how to pronounce a word. So let's use that tool. Where is it? Here. Look at this. In US, we have D, and this weird letter here becomes J, J, J. Este símbolo de aquí se pronuncia como nosotros nos imaginamos una doble L. I don't know if you're looking at my mouth right now. Y a eso le vamos a poner una pequeña D, con la lengua aquí atrás de los dientes frontales, ¿sí? Es una consonante alveolar. D, J, J, J. Entonces partimos con eso. Y luego tenemos, voy a agrandar aquí. You, you, y luego tenemos O. Este casi no va a sonar, por eso está tan chiquitita ahí arriba. Entonces, juntos nos va a quedar jewel, jewel, y luego vamos a agregar re. Jewelry. Este cambio puede ser un poco complicado, ¿sí? Pero si lo vemos, se nos hace harto más sencillo de pronunciar. Jewel, jewelry. Si es que les sigue costando, un buen secreto es hacerlo al revés e irlo practicando así. Re, partimos con re, luego le agregamos esto. Jewelry, jewelry, jewelry. Jewelry es una forma de engañar a su cerebro, ¿sí? También lo van a escuchar como jewelry, jewelry, sin esa pequeña L, ¿sí? Jewelry, también funciona. Lo vamos a escuchar para que lo tengan bien presente. Se va a demorar. Escuchan, ¿no? Me alarga que los aprieto de nuevo y no, parece que no quiere funcionar. La voy a apretar una vez más y le apuesto que va a sonar 3 veces seguidas. Nope. Doesn't want to work. Well, that's fine. Jewelry. I hope you guys find it easier to pronounce when we're seeing the phonetic transcription. Yeah? All right, let me share the PowerPoint presentation again. We have jewelry and earrings, right? That's good. And I think the rest was very, very good. Okay, so before we just saw the text, and I want you guys to give it a little thought to what is missing in these expressions here. They are part of the dialogue, but try to guess what is missing here. What can we answer to these blanks? What can we put in these blanks? I'm going to check on Nearpod in the meantime, but take a couple of minutes to see that. It works, yes. All right, just so I can show you this and we can do it faster using the platform because I don't like the other way. So we did that. There's a short quiz. It's the same. If you want to do it here on Nearpod, it's good. It's better, actually. If not, I'm going to do it on Nearpod. And if we have just one answer, we can check all of it. We can check all of it. This is the code. I don't know if you guys are looking at it. Join Nearpod. Right, we have more people. Let's give 2 more minutes. There's only 3 more people. That need to answer. Let's check then. Okay, so the first one with this expression, something stuff is this, and then the answer is it's ours. We know that someone is giving information about the possession of an object. In this case, we are going to use the expression whose. Whose is a question word, like what or when and how, right? We are familiar with question words, like the ones I mentioned: what, when, how, why, who, when, where, right? There are a very limited number of question words. The word whose is used to ask about someone's belonging. La pertenencia de alguien, someone's belonging, la propiedad. If we translate it directly to Spanish, it means de quién. Whose stuff is this? And we will see when we discuss the grammar that it has a very particular organization, a very particular structure. is this bathing suit yours? So a direct question, and the person answers, yes, it's mine. And you know that because she answered yes, right? And the person was asking her, is this yours? It's mine. Are these your sister's earrings? Yes, they are hers, because we are speaking about your sister, right? I want to see some issues here, though. Let's see this one. Okay, in this case, for example, we already know this is the expression we are going to learn today. And this one. They are hers. And we are going to see why it's not her, but hers in this case. We are going to discuss it today. Okay. We use whose to ask about someone's belonging. So look at the structure that we are going to use. We are going to use the question word, and then we are going to mention the object we are asking about. Whose something is this? This is the common structure that we are going to use. So if I want to speak about any object, this cell phone, whose cell phone is this? Well, it's mine, yeah? The object is going to take this position here. And then we have the rest of the structure using this is, right? When in question order is this. Whose bathing suit is this? Really? You're having connection problems, Jose? Does anyone else have Jose's problem? Or is it Jose's internet? Okay. Jose, I advise you, yeah, don't worry about it. Use YouTube in that case. Yeah, YouTube can, the address is on Teams. Para que te unas por YouTube, que puede que sea menos problemático. ¿Sí? Ahí no te debería salir cortada. Como opción. ¿Sí, José? Fair enough. Cool. Okay, so look at the difference here. We have possessive adjectives. These are possessive adjectives. It's my bathing suit. They are your earrings. It's her jewelry. They're his shoes. There are things, and it's their stuff. You see, we know these. These are possessive adjectives. We use them before the noun, but the noun has to be present. ¿Sí? No puedo decir nunca it's my. I have to say what. I have to mention the object. It's the same in Spanish. We're going to see it in a moment. It's my bathing suit. If I want to replace this whole structure here, reemplazar, replace this whole structure with a pronoun, ya hemos hablado, los pronouns sirven para reemplazar o como son pronombres, sirven para reemplazar nombres, sustantivos, frases nominales. ¿Sí? Esto es una frase nominal. And we replace all of this. Whose bathing suit is this? It's mine. ¿Por qué hago eso, chiques? Para no sonar raro. Ya sabemos que la comunicación consiste muchas veces en evitar información que es repetitiva. Si alguien me pregunta, whose bathing suit is this? Y yo respondo, it's my bathing suit. Entonces alguien podría pensar, pero ¿por qué está repitiendo la información? Si ya sabemos por el contexto que estamos hablando del bathing suit. ¿Sí? En ese caso, y en muchos otros, ¿verdad? Voy a preferir el pronombre que reemplaza esta estructura completa. It's mine. Ahora, no puedo decir it's my de la misma manera que en español si alguien me pregunta, oye, ¿de quién es este traje de baño? Y yo digo, es mi. Claro, yo podría decir, es mi traje de baño, pero si yo dijera simplemente es mi, sería agramatical, ¿verdad? No tiene sentido en español. Entonces, ¿qué hacemos? Ocupamos el pronombre que en español es mío, ¿verdad? Yo digo, es mío. ¿De quién es este traje de baño? Es mío. Y tampoco voy a decir, es mío traje de baño, ¿verdad? hay una estructura, hay un elemento para cada caso. My bathing suit, cuando está presente el sustantivo, y cuando no lo queremos repetir, ¿verdad? Ocupo el pronombre completo. Before we move on to, yes, we have some exercises. Some fill the blanks. We have 3 of these exercises. In the meantime, while you're working, I will answer Benja. Yo creo que el próximo semestre, Benja. Yo lo que sé es que este semestre está tomado como clase online. No hay planes de volver a la presencialidad. Que yo sepa, por lo menos. No sé si es que alguno de ustedes tiene mayor noticia.
Creo que lo único que estaban empezando a hacer era ir por grupos a los talleres prácticos que habían quedado pendientes del semestre pasado. Estaban abriendo el campus Providencia, pero solo a los prácticos.
Ah, qué bien, ¿eh?
Quizás le pregunta porque en
Podrían-
algunas comunas volvieron a clase.
Sí, sí,
En Las
pero no
Condes y
sé.
Providencia.
Sí, yo no tengo idea. Yo no he escuchado nada, no me han dicho nada de que volvamos a la presencialidad, cosa que realmente me daría felicidad, no sé a ustedes.
Nosotros la profe Naité también nos dijo que era casi seguro que siguiéramos online durante todo el semestre.
Claro, ese era el plan inicial, por lo menos, sí. Eso es mejor preguntarle a la gente administrativa, ¿sí? Como que los profes de ramo en general no recibimos esa información de manera muy directa. Si saben algo, me cuentan, de hecho.
Yo imagino que dependiendo de la situación quizás volvamos, pero con medida, seguramente.
Claro, sí,
Sí, a
bueno,
lo
y esas
mejor.
medidas que tenemos que ocupar todo el tiempo, ¿no? Que estar siempre con mascarilla, ojalá las N95, que son las mejores, chicas, si es que salen, procuren tener de aquellas.
Porque ahora como la situación está mejorando, entre comillas, quizás el próximo año podamos volver, pero siempre con medidas hasta que esto
Sí,
se
yo
acabe.
igual creo eso.
Sí,
A mí me
igual.
llegó un correo diciendo que solamente volvían los que tenían como laboratorio y esas cosas.
Sí, sí, a mí igual.
Sí. It's very likely. Very, very likely. Algún día volveremos, chicas, algún día volveremos. All right, we have some people who are already finished. Let's give it a couple more minutes so everyone can work. Yeah, I know, Camila, that's the risk, I'm sure. But maybe something mixed, right? Like going to the university, but everything also broadcasted on YouTube or on Zoom, who knows?
Sí, yo veía una niña, pero de Estados Unidos, que empezaron en la universidad que dividían a las clases por grupos y que una semana, como día por medio, a un grupo le tocaba ir a clases presenciales y la otra semana al otro grupo a clases presenciales, pero día por medio, no todos los ramos.
Sí, me parece lógico. Sí. Cata, yo creo que deberías actualizar. De más que te debe funcionar la actualizar. All right, we have very few minutes and I want to go through all these exercises. So let's see. Oh, no. I don't know what happened. Let's see how many people are finished. Almost everyone. So let's see. Okay, so look at the question. Where do you keep your photos? Remember, if you have any questions about vocabulary, let me know. Well, I keep, and then I'm speaking about myself, right? I keep mine in a box under my bed. ¿Por qué puse mine? Porque en el fondo quiero decir, where do you keep your photos? I keep my photos, which are, if I replace it, it becomes mine. My sister keeps hers in an album. My parents, right? So it's two, my mother and my father. So it's they put theirs in frames on the wall, and my brother throws his on the floor. Let's see the next one. Ya, Cata, enseguida te voy a explicar. Terminemos este ejercicio y te cuento. ¿Cata se arregló o no? Cata Retamal. Ok. Cool. All right, just one more minute. Almost everyone is ready. Let's see. All right, almost everyone is ready, so I'm going to do it. Do you ever lose your keys? I'm always losing, and it's mine, right? No, we always, and then we're speaking about we, so we always keep ours on top of the refrigerator. Sorry, and I forgot to ask you the other day. What do you do with your old clothes? And in this case, we have the object here, so only your, no need for yours, right? Sometimes I give things to a friend of mine. Oops. No! Oh, I don't know what happened. What happened? All right, I'm going to do it fast. Mine, ours, and I forgot to end with your old clothes to a friend of mine. My sister keeps hers for years, but my mom gives hers to charity. And this will help us explain the difference to Cata, yeah? This is why, Cata, it's her and not hers. Como les mencionaba anteriormente, la columna de acá son los adjetivos posesivos. ¿Por qué son adjetivos? Porque nos van a dar la característica de un sustantivo, ¿sí? El sustantivo en este caso siendo el traje de baño, o los aros, o las joyas, o los zapatos, ¿sí? Son objetos, nombres que le damos a las cosas, ¿verdad? Entonces, cuando están presentes en la oración, yo voy a ocupar uno de estos elementos que está aquí. My, your, her, his, our, or their, ¿sí? De la misma manera que en español yo digo mi traje de baño, mis aros, mis joyas, ¿verdad? Cuando no menciono todo, ¿verdad? Y lo quiero reemplazar, igual que en español yo digo mío, tuyo, suyo, ¿verdad? Voy a ocupar unos que son distintos. La mayoría, como pueden ver, se modifican y agregan una S. Your, yours. Her, hers. His, aquí no se modifica, ¿verdad? Porque no le podríamos agregar otro más. His. Our, ours. Their, theirs. ¿Sí? Ah, ahí lo había justamente visto Cata, así que súper bien. Let's do the last one, you guys, and then we will finish for today. This is very short. Very short indeed. The first one, how long do you keep your credit card receipts? Well, just till the bill comes. How long do you keep yours? And then we have the question mark as a cue too. I keep mine for 4 months. Yeah. So you have them right there. We will talk about these issues next class too. So we finish the unit. We have very interesting things ahead of us. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to take attendance, okay? If you guys are on YouTube, please write your name on the chat screen so I can take your name, basically. I know Neyen and Pia were on YouTube, but maybe we have some more people there. Questions, doubts, comments? Algo que sea más difícil, algo que quisieran repasar, preguntas de cualquier índole, o sea, académica, por supuesto. María José Aguado, ¿estás por aquí? La Cote, la Natalia Aliaga, sí, la Laura también, el Benja, Lucas Campos. Ah, don Lucas no lo he visto últimamente. ¿Estarás por aquí, Lucas? Ahí está el Mati Ramírez. Y la Neyen. Súper. Lucas no lo he visto. Me avisa si hay que estar Lucas por ahí. La Catalina Caro. Cata Caro. Me avisa la Cata Caro, por favor. Carlos Concha lo vi por ahí. Carolina Contreras también. La Victoria Díaz. Victoria Díaz. José Escanilla, la Antonia, la Camila González, la Isidora Hernández, creo que también la vi por ahí, ¿no? Ahí está la Isi. La Valentina Leiva, ahí está la Fernanda Caro. Valentina Leiva, ¿estás por acá? Valentina, ahí está. Javiera Lineros, ahí está la Javi. Matías Miranda, también lo vi por ahí. La Noelia, la Anaís, la Pía. La Andrea Muñoz también andaba por acá, ¿o no? ¿Me avisa la Andrea, por fin? Ahí está la Andrea, súper. La Neyen, que está en YouTube. La Millaray Olivares, ¿está la Millaray hoy? Ahí está la Millaray. Franco, lo vi también. La Cata Osorio. Cata Osorio, está.
Aquí estoy, profe, presente.
Súper, gracias, Cata. José Miguel también andaba. La Carolina Palominos está el día de hoy. Caro Palominos. ¿Estará por ahí? Carolina Palominos, me avisa, por favor. Ángela Pichipillán estaba. La Catalina Pinto. Catalina Pinto, ahí está la Cata Pinto. Matías Ramírez está en YouTube. La Cata Retamal, acabo de hablar con ella. Fabián Rodríguez. ¿Estará don Fabián Rodríguez? Ahí está Fabián. Bárbara Salas. Vi a la Bárbara Muñoz, pero no me acuerdo si estaba la Bárbara Salas. Ahí está la Bárbara. Maite Somalo. ¿Estarás por aquí, Maite? Maite Somalo. La Loreto sí la vi. La Maite está buenísimo. La Fernanda también hablé con ella. La Catalina Urra también. La Camila Vallejos. El Daniel Varas. ¿Está Daniel Varas el día de hoy? Daniel Varas. La Fiorella. Christopher. Constanza Venegas. Emir. ¿Está Emir el día de hoy? Don Emir. Parece que no. La Camila Villalobos y la Camila Villegas. Ambas, si me pueden corroborar su presencia, Camila Villegas, Camila Villalobos, ambas. Y la Bárbara Muñoz, que la vi hace un ratito. Entonces tengo ausentes a Emir Vilche, me avisa si es que está, Daniel Varas, Carolina Palominos y Lucas Campos. Esas personas están ausentes el día de hoy. Ya, chiques. So, see you on Thursday for the rest of our class. And remember that you need to read the complementary book. Yeah. So if you haven't started, please do. Okay. So I'll see you guys next Thursday and have a great rest of the day.
Bye, teacher.
And I'll see you. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye, teacher. Take care.
Bye bye,
Profe, que esté
butterfly.
bien.
See ya.